Hey, it's White Boy Chris. If the Pat Downs ever made you laugh, then join our Patreon and support us. Get bonus content, a t-shirt, or an autographed copy of Rabbit, Miss Pat's autobiography. Visit MissPatComedy.com for the link to the Patreon, and while you're there, join our Facebook group.
Welcome to another episode of the Pat Down, and I'm here with Chris Spangler, and I'm here with Dion, and you already know we are arguing. Yes, we are, because Chris did something that pissed me the fuck off. He's not down for pussy rights. He want to eat the pussy, he want to fuck the pussy, but he don't want to protect the pussy. That ain't nothing but a white man in a flannel shirt.
I've been protecting this pussy for years.
Oh, pussy. In this episode, you gonna hear how Dion stood up with the big cock to put it down. Stupid. He laid the cock on Chris' head to let him know this cock would not rise without the right color. They what?
The hurricane flag?
You better get up, get out, and tune in to this podcast. This Pat spit the truth, spit the real fact. Nothing but the ugly, classy at the same time. Pat got the flavor, these are not your same lines. That's the politics, she been on the real grind. It could be pretty but ugly at the same time. Just tune in, put your lock on the spin down. Ain't no need for the wait and turn it up now. What you talking about? Is it real though? And cut the game, you get no play like Nintendo. You wasted time, turn it up, nothing but the ugly. Straight off the top, everything she say, you know it's funny. Full blast, this a taste of the future. Listen on your iPhone, on your desktop computer. Share it, tweet it, ain't no way to beat it. Nothing but the ugly, turn it up and gon' repeat it.
Some people mad at him. He brought on the inside, so he cried.
He didn't do it outside?
Nah, yeah, he went on the inside.
He the most gangsterous president ever.
No,
he said, y'all ain't finna kill me by having me standing outside for no 5 hours.
He said, I'm old. You know my body can't take that shit.
He said, y'all ain't finna give me pneumonia.
All right, sorry about that. My headphone jack was broken.
Yeah, tell us about it. We were saying that we really like your inauguration haircut.
I'm in a nice outfit because I was at the Capitol today celebrating.
Yeah, we know. We can tell.
Everybody's turned on Snoop. I guess he did a performance at some inauguration party.
Yeah, he's a hot water bull.
I saw Mimi in the group. Mimi was hot.
They were killing him on Twitter.
Him on Twitter and everything else. It was, didn't really think that Nelly would do it. Then it didn't bother me neither way, but I was just blown away with Snoop doing it.
Nelly said, I don't live in Clan Country.
He just has a soft spot for felons who hosted The Apprentice. That's all it is, guys.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't live in Klan's country. You in the United States of America, you are in Klan's country, and you're gonna feel it.
Where else is the Klan at? They don't got no Klan chapters in England. I'm a Puerto Rican Klan member. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
You don't know, but see, he's rich, so a lot of that stuff don't affect him. That affect average Black America. You're rich, and when you're rich, you can hold on.
He's just trying to get tax cuts.
One thing you can't never take off is your skin.
No, and I was actually blown away. Snoop did. I was like, wow. And and then I look at it like
I'm not shocked. Hollywood's in trouble. Get as much money as you can.
They're like big techs like Zuckerberg and Bezos. They're all standing next to Elon Musk. Like, we're gonna get tax cuts if we can.
He's throwing out the Hitler thing, and it actually rattled me a little bit. I'm like, as an African American here in the United States of America, I didn't watch the inauguration because I just wasn't gonna do it. But after seeing Elon Musk and people cheering, I'm like, this is how Hitler went over there. Where did he go and get those people? Germany, right?
Well, he was
Yeah.
born there, so he didn't have to go
He's
anywhere.
born in Austria. He was an import. He was an immigrant. That's the funny part.
That's how he was. People was ignoring all the signs, and then it turned into a catastrophic fucking historical nightmare.
You think that's gonna happen here?
You know, for 1 minute, I'm like, I'm kind of scared.
For what?
Okay,
There's not gonna be like civil war. Like that's not going to happen.
I mean, is that autism or is that a Sieg
No.
Heil?
Well, see, that's how you white people
Wait,
act like y'all don't see
Watch.
shit. That is exactly what you saw. It is exactly what
And
we
I just
think
want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
because you stole it, bitch. He know what that
Wow.
And I
Wow,
just want
Chris.
to say thank you for
Wow.
making it happen.
But the average
Thank
white
you.
America would say that's not what we thought we saw.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That was as blatant as blatant gets, bro.
Thank you. But when you and I'm being honest with you, Chris, I do care about you. But I do think you do not understand what it is to be black in this country. And you, as a white man that sat on a podcast with 2 other black people, to say
I just don't think that you can. I mean, if you're on Twitter and everybody's saying this is a Nazi salute, then you're going to see it that way. But if you watch it,
no, Chris, I didn't read not one comment. When he did that, I automatically saw a Nazi salute. You have to be fucking out of your mind to not say that's not a Nazi salute. And it does not affect. It does not affect.
Again, is that autism or is that
that's
a twitch?
When has he ever twitched like that before?
All the time. I can show you 14 videos I saw.
Let me
on Twitter
see
today
it.
from that.
Pull
Okay,
it up.
let's
Pull it up.
He
Let me see.
saluted like that.
And what year was he doing
Like
this?
he did that before.
I don't know about that particular move, but first thing is Carmen Sandiego. Like he twitches all the time. Like that's the thing about Elon Musk. It's like, do you have proof that he's a Nazi? Like, why are we calling a guy a Nazi if we don't have?
Yeah, go look at go look at the things he's retweeted. What do you mean? I don't understand how people can sit so close to racists all the time and be like, I'm not racist. I'm like, you literally, you're in the room with people doing racist things all the time, but you don't, because you don't say the word, or just because you let it happen, you think you're not a part of it. I don't understand that. I really don't get that.
Like, look at this. He is a weird person who twitches and does all kinds of weird things with his hands and his face.
I'm not talking, Chris. Please don't do that. Don't, because these people gonna kill you.
You want to call a guy a Nazi? You like?
I'm not saying he's a Nazi. I'm saying he did that salute that Hitler did. That's what I'm saying he did. That's, and you're gonna tell me that's not what you saw? You're gonna tell me
clapping and thumbs up to
thumbs up. That's what you just saw?
Is come on, man. Like, you're the richest dude in the world. You want me to believe that your autism's got you doing this on a political, come on all days to not do something like this? It just so happened, and you expect my blackness to be like, oh no, he was innocent. Come on, bro.
No, he got
Not saying he's innocent, but like, try to find at least two other explanations for something.
Let me ask you
no,
this.
you just want to write everything off.
No, I don't. That's the thing.
Stop. The deal. Stop.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you something, Chris. What did you see?
A Hitler salute.
Huh? No, I want you to be honest. What did you see?
No, it definitely looks like a Nazi salute, but that doesn't mean that that's what he was doing. The guy flails around all the time. He jumps up like an X. Like,
that's not what I'm asking you. I asked you one more time, and I want you to drop that white America bullshit.
I'm not dropping anything because I'm telling you exactly what I saw. Just because
what did you see?
He put his hand up. He didn't go like this. He went like this. All right, we better cut that out because McDuffin's going to have my ass.
No, we're not going to cut it out, Kate. Keep it. What did you see? Tell me what you saw, and then we're going to
saw a guy that twitches all the time doing a twitchy move in front of a crowd of a lot of people when he's not used to public speaking. I think that looking for
the worst,
end of his speech. But the worst, no,
he was finished.
You're looking for the worst interpretation
No, I'm
And
not.
I just
No,
don't think
Chris,
that's the way that
this
you
is
have to
this.
constantly examine things.
You know why? Because you're not black. Because the worst thing that could
You
possibly
never,
happen
you
to
never
you
gonna
is
get it
that
after
you go
5
home
years.
tomorrow
Yeah.
and,
Mhm.
and you walk out and you see somebody fucked up in your car. That didn't happen to you because you was white. That just happened because it's bad luck. When shit happens to you because of what you look like, you are always asking, was that because of what I look like? Did
Yeah.
that have anything to do with?
Yes.
That's the first question you have to ask yourself in order to stay alive.
So let me ask
So
you
when
this.
you go, oh, I didn't see nothing like that, or I have no idea what that's like, it's because you're not even trying. You don't even think about it.
You
And
don't,
that's
you
our
don't have
whole
to.
conversation these past 5 years is to think about, is it possible
Just
that
be
the
us for
the
one day.
very first thing he thought about when he did that was, I hate black people. Is that even possible?
But Nazi salutes aren't about black people.
It does.
It's about hate.
Chris,
It don't have to be.
Okay,
It
you
don't
want
have to be about black. It's
what
about
day
hate.
is it?
And
What message am I
symbolism.
sending?
It's
It's
a
not
symbolism.
about, it's the overt and the covert that y'all seem to miss so much. I just don't understand. Like, how
don't
much
miss it, they
more
don't wanna see
blatant
it.
does it have to be
See.
for you to even ask the question?
Do you think Elon Musk is an anti-Semite?
No, I don't want
No,
that.
no, no.
shit.
I'm asking you a
I
question.
don't.
You are
Can
the
I say
one
it?
that is interpreting
No,
this in the
I
most
didn't.
negative
What I
way
asked
possible.
you, I asked.
So
What
why don't what do you think Elon Musk is
no,
anti-Semitic?
I don't know what he is. I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I don't know what the fuck he is. He could have held up a cross and been in a fucking moo and said he was Jesus. I don't know what he is. I'm gonna tell you. We're not talking about what I
But
believe.
you are
he is.
saying that he's an
No,
anti-Semite by saying that
motherfucker.
he's
That's not what I'm saying.
That's
What
exactly
I'm
what
saying
you're
is,
saying. Well, then
no,
what are you
I
saying
said,
about him?
no,
A
I
guy
said
who stands
I
up
saw
and
him.
gives a Heil Hitler salute. What other interpretation are you telling
All
me
I'm
about this
saying is he
person?
said. All I'm saying is all we're saying is he gave a Hitler salute. I'm not saying what he is or what he was. I'm
Dion's
saying
saying that it is motivated by racial prejudice. That is motivated
No,
by
that's,
bigotry. Are you not?
I'm asking you to understand why we have to ask that question.
I
So
understand,
when
but I'm
you say
saying,
to me, hold on, so you can understand the premise of why you're asking what you're asking in the first place. If you understood why we had to think about why is this a possible threat on our lives when the richest dude in the world is retweeting and doxing people and threatening people's livelihoods by buying the biggest platform there is to spread the apartheid regime that he was born into. Because if we're being honest, if you look at the policies, that's what they really want. That's what they're trying to spell out in this whole Project 2025 crap. So this idea that it's so far-fetched and we're screaming at nothing. Like, you're not even thinking about what it's like.
you are thinking about the worst possible interpretation.
we
You don't
have
see
to.
how
We
that
black bitch. We have
you don't
to.
see
Chris,
how that
Chris. We've been
Who
trying to teach
made
you.
it
Stop,
that
Deanna.
way, Chris?
We
I
have been
didn't
trying to
pick
teach
that for
you.
me.
We've been
you
trying.
guys want me to constantly think differently and ask other questions. Like I'm asking you, why do you think that he did that? Was that an intentional signal that he
I
is
don't
a
know why.
Nazi, that he
No, I
is a
don't. It's not
racist?
about. Can I
Because
say this
that's
to you,
what
Chris?
that's
Chris,
where you're going.
I'm not saying that he's a Nazi. I'm saying what he put up when he did that to to Americans who with their eyes open, we saw a Nazi salute. And we know what the Nazi did to the Jews, and it was not fucking nice. So for this man to be standing on American soil at a presidential inauguration and do some shit like that in front of the world, as an African American, any other brown and people that's not white like you who cannot see it, to us, it was a symbol of hate. I don't
Okay.
know what he studies. I don't know what he do. But I want to ask you, if this is supposed to be for the land of the free, and we supposed to be here helping each other and caring about a country that we all supposedly built together, why is somebody standing next to the president or at inauguration and speaking and doing something like this with so much hate behind it? It wouldn't have been no different if he went up there and said nigger to me. That's how I took it.
But that's that is an intentional act where the message is
And-
very, very clear and direct.
But some messages don't have to be. Some messages don't have to be with words, Chris. They can be with body language and stuff like that. But again, Chris,
You know why dogs can hear whistles that are intended for them? Because they intended for them. So if you're not looking for it, guess what, Chris? You're not gonna see it. So when somebody asks you to take a chance and maybe look for the thing that they're saying they've seen multiple times that's threatened their livelihood, maybe, just maybe, not the first question should be, oh, why do you think that's racist? The first question should be, is there a chance that he's racist? That should have been the first question.
I'm not saying that there's not a chance. I'm
I don't
saying,
think
are
you
there
think
other
anybody's racist,
explanations?
Chris.
And you're
I
not
really
willing,
don't.
you two are not willing to
That's
even
the
entertain that
last,
there's others.
because that's the last question you should be asking me.
Why?
Because you haven't asked any other questions first. That's my point.
Because you gave me the premise and told me exactly what it means from the very beginning without like just here's a twitchy guy that does something and now we're calling him a racist.
Not
Like,
Twitch. Yeah, yes, Chris. Yes.
Okay.
So was your president. So is your president. I mean, I don't know how much it has to be explained out when it comes to being black in America. You know, sometimes I think you get it. Then sometimes I think you fall back into that white privilege that you have. And it's not your fault that you're born with white privilege. This country was set up like that. So you can have white privilege. And I understand that. That's what I love about this podcast, because
I just don't think that it is like, it's not even fairness. It's just like, do you want to live in a world where we just immediately assume the worst about people?
We have
like
to when we
Donald
black.
Donald
We have
Trump,
to when we
Stephen
black.
Miller, like
we have
very
to when we
obviously.
black. We have to. That's what you don't
Do
get.
I want to live in a world where I have to assume the worst? You're asking black people if they want to live in a world where they have to assume the worst wherever they go. Really, Chris? Do you think we want to live in a world where we have to assume the worst wherever we go? You asked two 40-plus-year-old black people that question out loud.
One of them is the richest person I know.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Like who has built her own empire.
But it's still, I'm still a
And
nigga.
she still has to fear for her sons.
I do.
And,
I
see,
do.
and that's my point, Chris. And that's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
What's your point?
Is that it's all hunky dory when it ain't you. It's all great when it ain't you. But when it is you,
It's never you.
like, make it make sense, man.
You and I try to teach you, and I try to tell you over the years that you would never know what it feels like to be black in this country. You know, and I'm gonna say this, when he was getting sworn in today, and all of a sudden I started feeling a certain way. And I was like, why do I feel a sense of fear? And I asked myself that, which you don't have to ask yourself that, Chris, because you got the complexion of what's the saying? Or the correction? What's it?
Paul Mooney, complexion for the protection.
Yeah, you got the complexion of the protection, as Paul Mooney say. And so you would never understand what it's like to fear. Like, honestly, the first thing that crossed my mind when he got sworn in today is when he said immunity for all police officers. They're not killing y'all at the rate that they're killing us. A white man can stand there and cuss out the police all day, and y'all live. We do it.
That's not true.
Where's the scaredest you've ever been?
I honestly don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm listening to you guys.
The most terrifying place I've ever been was a gas station in Podunk, no fucking place, Indiana. With the whole side of the building was a Confederate flag. And there was a guy standing at the front of the door in his overalls and a shotgun. Now you ask me, why do I have to think the worst everywhere I go? It wasn't because I needed gas, Chris. It's because what I look like.
And it's nothing we can do about the way we was born.
That guy didn't know me from anything other than what I look like. And you ask me why I have to think the worst.
And we do every day.
Because people like you constantly tell me that I'm crazy for thinking
I'm not
my
saying
reality.
I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm saying, like, you just jump immediately to the guy is giving a Hitler salute and he's
Oh,
anti-Semitic.
so what do they have
No,
to do?
I'm not
What
jumping
do
to
they
that
have?
conclusion.
That I don't know how this always ends up, and somehow I don't understand. I haven't been listening. Like, I'm asking you
I want to ask
give
you
me
this.
the parameters. Maybe this guy was not doing something racist.
Mhm.
Now, you can look at his tweets and you can look at the retweets and the fact that he helped elect Donald Trump, and those are evidence that he is racist. But that doesn't mean that he's a Nazi. That doesn't mean that he hates Jewish people. Like, I don't know.
Now
It's just
apply the layer.
No. Let me finish. No. Let me finish. Looking at social media and just assuming I just like it just drives me crazy that we're gonna look at just this like Twitch and call this guy a Nazi, but somehow that equates to me going,
Chris,
I'm
you
kind
the
of
type
skeptical
you the
about
type of
that
white
with me
person.
not understanding
Can I say
racism
this?
and what you've gone through and
That's
what we
that's
talk about.
that's
Hey,
no.
like, that's
wait,
foolish.
That's not what we're saying.
Can I say this? You're the type of white person when a police kill a black person, a unarmed black person, and I hope I'm wrong what I'm about to say about you.
You
would
probably
say-
are, because I have
okay,
tape that
hold
I
on,
can play
hold
you
on.
of what you're
Okay,
about to say is
let-
wrong.
So when a police kill a black person, and when white people say, well, he should have cooperated, an unarmed person, and I always say to unarmed person, I always say to people, it's easy to say that person should have cooperated, but I say take a minute.
I mean, we can go back when the cop fucks with the woman, and I'm saying you shouldn't talk to cops, and you're saying you should cooperate. Like, she was white. This is what, like, what are you saying? You haven't listened to me at all.
Okay, let me say this, Chris, before you get all red and puffy. I'm saying when the police, one of the things we heard the most when police officers were shooting black people, and the first thing they said, well, they should have cooperated. I don't think no matter what a person do in this world is enough to lose their life unless that police officer was head on in danger of losing his life. So when you shoot a man and they in handcuffs, or you put your foot on a man's neck that's in handcuffs, and then you say, well, they should have cooperated or they shouldn't have been on drugs, that's racism. That's saying you don't give a fuck, because it's easy to say that when somebody like you is not up under that ground with the knee on their neck or being shot by the police. It only affect, I hate to say this, white America when it affect white America. And it's just not fair, because I have a sense of feeling, we've been friends a long time, that I don't think you I know for a fact you don't know what it is to be black in America.
No. How could I? Like, that's an absurd statement.
Because I know what it is to be white in America.
Of course.
Easy.
I understand it. All
you
of
would
that.
not allow yourself to feel that. You block that every time. If it don't matter, and I'm just being honest, if it don't matter, then it's not my problem. But it shouldn't be like that. Sports are exciting all by themselves, but are you ready to kick things up a notch with DraftKings? DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And guess what? They're ready to take a game day to the next level. Did you hear me when I say they're ready to take a game day to the next level? Ready to place your bet? Try throwing down some cash on something simple. Like, what player you think would score a touchdown? What player do you think would score a touchdown? Then head over to DraftKings Sportsbook app to lock your pick in. New DraftKings customers can bet only $5. You heard me. I said $5 to get $200 in bonus bet instantly. Now, that's an awesome way to kick things off. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PATDOWN. That's code PATDOWN, PATDOWN, for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet just $5, just $5 can get you $200. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Because let me say this to you: when black women got out here and marched for women rights and all the shit with civil rights and got white women using affirmative action, that wasn't black people never said, well, this is for us. And white women use affirmative action more than fucking black women do. But you have most white America have a sense of saying, oh, if it don't look like me, then it doesn't affect me. And that's something we constantly talk to you about. When you see something blatantly like this, and you want to say, well, I would never ask myself why. I mean,
I didn't say that I wouldn't ask myself. Again, you are putting words in my mouth. You are
I'm not
putting
putting.
beliefs in my. Sometimes I
I can't
think
make
that
you
you want
believe
to be
anything. You
angry
believe.
at an avatar of
No,
white people instead of
I'm not
actually
angry,
trying to
Chris. I'm not
understand where
angry.
I'm coming from.
No, I
It
understand where
happens all the time, Pat.
yeah, Chris, what you don't understand is where you coming from. You're white, and let me say this
I
to you.
couldn't
Can I
I
say this?
couldn't understand more. Like I put
Okay,
myself up
okay.
for these
But
conversations
when it
and
doesn't
have for
affect
6
you,
years.
when it doesn't affect you, you have 100 questions before you get to a solution. Instead of saying, I don't know. I saw a Hitler salute, but you like, do you really think the man is racist? Well, maybe he just should have came on stage with a Klansman max, and then you just, I mean, a Klansman
It'd
hood.
make it a lot easier.
Yeah, and then you probably would say, well, that was just the outfit for today.
No, no, because Elon Musk for like the fundamental Klan mentality of the Trump administration is the anti-immigration stance that they're enacting, and he's rolling out as we're recording this. Like he wants to send people back regardless of their citizens, if they're naturalized citizens. Like he doesn't care.
Those are Mexicans. We're not talking
No,
about Mexican. We're talking
no,
about African Americans.
it's people across the board. And like Elon Musk has
So
been
where
the
the
only
fuck are
person
we going?
saying maybe we shouldn't do that. H1N visas are good. Like
Let
H1.
me ask you. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about DEI? How do you feel about taking a real history out of school and not teaching white children what white people have
Come
done?
on, Pat. You
Here?
know good and well Chris is not racist. Like, let's stop
Yeah,
playing games.
this
I
is the
think the
thing that this is the thing that
misunderstanding that
pisses
we're
me
both
off.
having is that my grief with you, Chris, is that the first question you ask black people is, are you sure it's racist? And that's not the first question you should ever ask a black person. That's the last question you should ask us from here on out.
Okay.
So if the first thing out of your mouth is, are you sure? Don't fucking ask. Write it down.
All right, I'll just keep my mouth shut then. We won't have a podcast.
No, you can. The first question out your mouth shouldn't be
Like, I'm not racist. You know I'm not racist, and Pat makes me sound
I know you're
racist.
not
So
racist.
you can't
I
fucking
think
win,
you're
I guess.
naive. I think you're naive, and I think you still have not pulled that. I don't think you pull your privilege back enough to care. And I saw that during the voting era. And let me say, I'm gonna say, I love you as a friend. I do, and I've never loved anybody white. And let me just put that point, because I don't know what color Jesus is. You like family to me, but you really. Let me just say this, because we should be able to tell each other the truth. You really upset me during the election, because here I am as a black woman, and I have 5 girls in this house, and one of the biggest things they wanted to get rid of was abortion. I mean, was abortion rights to all body. Because if they always take one, and then next thing you know, we just be baking white men pies again. And I saw you, who has a beautiful wife and a stepdaughter, pretty much you that child daddy, and you was like, well, you're not gonna pressure me into voting, and then you go over there and you vote for this fake ass party, and you didn't. To me, and I'm just saying, and I could be wrong, and it's something that been bothering me since the election. I felt like that day when you went over there, and I'm not trying to make you vote no other way, but when you cast your vote for nothing, because nothing was going on in that party, it's not real.
I didn't
And
even vote for that party.
okay, oh, I don't
I
care
didn't
what.
vote for president.
So let me say this to you. But when you do stuff like that, and you sitting on a podcast with a woman, and I got girls, and your wife got girls, and you know they trying to take our women rights, to me, it burned me up on the inside, because to me you was being a white man. And I was so angry with you for so many weeks and days. And
Oh,
then
I know.
said,
We
and
barely
I
have talked since.
no, and I
I
sat there and
understand you're
I
mad
asked
about it,
myself, and I
but
said to myself, let me say this, and then I'll let you talk. I said, well, I spent 6 years on a podcast with somebody who has a wife now, who did not have a wife and a daughter when I met him. So you couldn't step outside of your realm and at least say, well, hell, I got a wife. I don't want her rights to be taken away, whether I believe in abortion or not. My wife might not never get an abortion, but I don't want, even if my daughter grow up and have to somebody rape her, or if something ever happen or she gets sick, anything can happen. And then they say you can't take this baby out of. We've lost women since this dumbass law been into place. But I watched you as somebody that I care about go and vote against what's right for women. And that fucked me up mentally. Cause I asked myself, where's my friendship with him? I'm a fucking woman. I got daughters. You know, they just had a black lady that had a miscarriage. A miscarriage. Ain't nothing you can do about a miscarriage. That's God's work, Chris. And they locked that black woman up. She had to get a fucking lawyer. But since her body would reject the baby, they locked her up. But I saw you vote for this
You didn't
bullshit.
see me vote.
Well,
You
when
you didn't even listen to me during that period. And this is the frustration that I have, is you in that, like, you equate me having to change myself, my beliefs.
I do it all. We do it all the time, Chris.
To match what you believe is true, and equate that with me
to
caring
take care
about
of me,
you.
to help take care of me.
I care about you as a person, and I don't care what you believe. Like, your political beliefs to me are your political beliefs. We are never going to agree on everything. Like, it's just how it is.
That's fine, Chris.
But
you know what?
and
Your
it's
political
been
belief
no. Let me
makes
finish.
this to me. I will vote over
it was
that.
very disappointing and hurtful to me that because I didn't change what I believe to match what you believe, that, like, all right, I haven't heard from her in months.
But you sitting here with a woman, and you're talking about taking my rights. And this is what white people.
I'm not talking about taking your rights. I don't believe.
Not you.
Yeah, but
not
see,
you,
you
Chris.
use the you a lot,
Well,
and
I'm-
I think
well, I'm
that you
just-
think that I just absorb everything that Republicans think that you hate.
No, but
and
Chris,
then you want to project
Chris,
that on me.
But Chris, we
frustrating.
have to get together. And do you think Martin Luther King made those changes by himself? No, he did not. He did it with black and white people. But what I'm saying to you is, you knew as a woman we're losing our rights. And I can't have a kid, but I have 4 girls here, 5 girls here that can't have a kid. I have a granddaughter. I have a daughter-in-law. And I know what it is to give birth. I know what it is to have an abortion. I know what it is to have a miscarriage. So why should all states or all government govern what I want to do with my body? And I'm just telling you how I feel, and I could be wrong. But when you was like, well, you're not gonna tell me how to vote, you pretty much said to me, fuck you. You pretty much said
I
to
didn't.
your wife. No, I'm just telling you how I
My
feel.
wife, who's had 6 miscarriages, I told her to fuck herself.
No,
You really think
pretty
that?
much? Yeah, that's how I felt. Because we about to not have no rights to our bodies. They're taking them, Chris. When you give them one, they're gonna take another one. When you give them another one, then after a while, all we're gonna be able to do is cook for you motherfuckers, like those people do in those other countries. Those women has no rights. Y'all, I almost damn near see another civil rights era coming up. That's how I feel. Which I hope that's not where we headed at, but I think that's where they trying to take this country back to. Because they say history repeat itself. And I'm just telling you as a friend, that's how I felt. So I had to pull back and go inside myself and not get angry with you, to say, when I come to you and say, hey, well, what about this? What are you, when we talking about the election, what about women rights? Let me say this to you. Even if it was just white women on the bill, white women could not have no abortion. Even because this is what it's all about. They don't give a fuck about black and brown, baby. This is our white woman bill. If they would have made a law say only white women cannot have abortion because the white race is not producing enough babies, I'd have got out there and voted for that white woman to have her fucking rights. That's what I would have done. Because
they would have called you racist. You want to kill white babies? She's a white baby.
That's all right, but but nobody should have control of our bodies. They never make laws to say, and they've never made a law to say anything about y'all with hard dicks or soft dicks. So, you can sit there and you can read all your political books and you can be the smart white guy that you are. But sometimes, and I'm just saying this, and I care about you, sometimes I feel like you don't care because it doesn't affect you. And just like Dion say, when you see something, the first thing you say, "Oh, you sure that was racist?" Step back sometime and just pay attention. I just wish you could be black for 2 hours. You'll run back into your white skin. I promise you. I promise you, because you ain't gonna know how to handle all the melanie anyway. But you
The Melanie.
mellow yellow my skin.
I'm black now. Where's the Melanie?
That's just a step.
Oh, Michelle. Oh, Melody. Oh, Melody.
Yeah, I mean, and as a black mom looking at Trump getting sworn in and all the crazy shit he has said about immunity for all police officers. And I have black kids. Chris, you would never have to fear for those white kids you have when they walk out. The most fear you ever gonna have in America with your white babies is school shootings. That's all. That's all y'all do is school shoot. But
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand or ask about the stress that I go through with my kids. Like, you want to be real. Like, to say that I mean, anyways, let's keep going.
I mean,
like,
you never go.
white
What
parents
I'm
don't.
telling you, you do not.
I understand that you have a different, worse situation with like Junebug, but like, I don't know,
Raymond, Yolanda, they
molestation,
kill all of us.
It's just
It's all of us.
tragedy
All of
happens to everybody.
It does. But what I'm
We should
telling
want
you,
justice for everybody. We should want protection for
Chris,
everybody.
but what I'm saying you, it's a different type of fear when you pay a police officer to protect you, and then they automatically pull you over and treat you like shit. And everybody I know that's black is damn near scared of the police. Y'all will jump out y'all car, pull out your pistol, shoot the police, ride off, and come back and bring them a plate of food. We don't have that privilege. When you pull us over, I'm driving, a very expensive car. When I get pulled over, I'm not comfortable. No matter how much money I got. Through that person's eyes that hate the color of my skin, I'm gonna be what he think I am. I don't give a fuck how much money. I give you an example. So y'all just seen this thing went viral on where this man living in this fucking rich ass neighborhood, black man, and the white lady come up and knock on the door. Was like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "What do you mean that this is my house? There's no way you live here." And then she ran down the street, "Help, help, help!" Crying, "Help, help, help!" He's after me. Come to find out, this motherfucker is a developer. He's fucking filthy rich, living in, I want to say it's Ohio. I might be wrong. And now the white lady's on there with her white tears. But think about this. You come up to this man property and could not believe that he lived. This is the state of this world. When you no matter how rich you might think I am, I'm still a nigga to some of y'all. I sit in first class all the time and get drilled. What do you do for a living? What the fuck do you do for a living? But I just want you to know that the world is racist. It's not like you think it is. It hunky does to you, but it's dangerous to us.
I mean, Donald Trump got reelected by a lot. Like that tells me kind of where we're at.
Let's be real. They stole that. Donald Trump even said it the other day. Thank you, Elon Musk, for fixing them computers.
I mean, you want to go into conspiracy land? Go ahead. Like,
I'm not gonna go in there. I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm not saying this is no conspiracy. You can pull it up. Donald Trump said it himself. That's all. I just want you to know that your fear it doesn't, my fear doesn't equal your fear. You worry about easy shit. You probably worry about making a certain amount of money, buying a house, or neither one of those white kids gonna ever have to walk out that door where you really scared other than a school shooting. I have to worry about a school shooting, the police, all kind of shit, getting jumped on, getting searched for nothing, just getting locked up. A man, they had an 11-year-old girl in handcuffs because she had on a pink jacket. They didn't bother asking the little girl when she 11 years old. She was black. We look for somebody black in a pink coat. Turn around and put you in handcuffs. It wouldn't have never happened to y'all. And that's what I want you to understand about this country. And that's why I want you to understand when today I just felt energy that I felt scared for the first time. I really did. I felt scared because of you might not know what's coming, but I, as a Black American, I think we know what's coming. You okay? He gonna deport all those people out of this country. It's not gonna food costs is not gonna go down. And so, and what's so fucked up, Chris, is not gonna help nobody like you. It's gonna help the rich. I was just looking at somebody, and I don't know if this is true. They said when you make up under $200,000, you will pay an extra $1,700 for income taxes. If you make over $350,000, you pay $650. If you make over $1 million, I think your taxes go down by 32%. Who do you think that's gonna affect? And I'm straight, Chris. If I don't walk out this door no more this year, I'm straight. I can probably live through at home of Donald Trump. I've saved my money and pray, and I'm hopefully I made the right decision with a lot of my money that I could sit at home. But I think about people who has to eat because I've been in them places before. I think about people like you. It's gonna affect you. It's gonna affect Dion. It's gonna affect so many people that I care about. But yet you gonna sit here and tell me you didn't see this and we don't know what's going on in the world. Everything's a computer. I remember Ronald Reagan being in office, y'all, and I remember us being so fucking poor. And you know, I told this story 100 times, and that's really the first president that ever got in my head that I realized how we could not eat, Chris. And when you can, I mean, think about this: when you can't eat in this world, and I say this shit on stage, we going in these stores. We go, people coming in people's houses. You can't keep stomping on the poor and think the poor is gonna stay down. It is scary. It is scary. And you know, when everybody was like, oh, he's giving all these billionaires, he's not gonna look out for the regular people. He gonna look out for people like me. But I got so many other people that doesn't have my income bracket. It's a scary time. And then on top of all of that shit, we Black. Cause once if you did deport all the Mexicans out of the United States that wasn't supposed to be here, who you gonna pick on next? It sure ain't the motherfucking white man. It's us.
That's kind of what I'm saying is like, forget like the immigration thing is about conditioning people. It is about what will this society accept. And it's pretty clear that the society will accept a lot of racism and discrimination, which is
That
why
sounds
he's
like
back in
culture
office.
to me.
Right. And so I think like talking about conspiracies, like you undermine your argument. Talking about like some twitchy weird guy's arm undermines the argument.
I'm not.
How is
like,
it undermining the argument if he's trying to get your mind into the idea that rounding people up and getting them someplace else that because they don't look like us, how is that? What are you talking
Donald
about?
Trump or Elon Musk? Who are you
Both
talking
of them. They're on the same team.
Doesn't bother you that he want to stop all those programs like what is the birth thing and what's the other program that they have here that he's getting rid of?
Elon Musk wants to keep the H-1B visa program.
I'm not talking about he's not the fucking president. He can say what he want to say. I'm talking about Trump. What did Trump say he was going to get rid of for the Hispanic community?
Are you talking about naturalized citizenship?
Yes. That doesn't bother you?
Of course it bothers me. Why do you think I wouldn't ever support Donald Trump? Because he's clearly a racist. He clearly doesn't understand. Like, he's going to deport U.S. citizens back to countries that they don't belong.
Okay. You just said something important. He's clearly racist. So if he's clearly racist and he's got a guy who's done multiple racist things in the past with his own platform, the first question out your mouth shouldn't be, you really thought that was racist?
That's a good one, Chris.
Come on, man.
That's a good one, Chris. So,
come on, bro.
Hey, you ever heard of this? The apple don't fall from the tree.
Like, y'all act like y'all don't know what's going on, and that's what pisses me off. It's like, that shouldn't be the first question. I get why you asking it. I do. I get why you asking it. Because Black people don't like going around going, is that racist? Is that racist? Is that racist? Because when it ain't racist, and good white people are like, man, that's fucked up that you would think. And then I have to go back, well, it ain't my fault. All snakes bite. I didn't know if you had venom or not. So that's what it is. That's all I'm saying.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You have goals for 2025 but need a little help reaching them? BetterHelp is your answer. BetterHelp online therapy is both affordable and convenient. You get access to a network of over 30,000 therapists who have a huge range of specialists. Whether you're working through your struggle, your career, your kids, your family, or your self esteem, BetterHelp therapists can help you on the right track. And guess what, y'all? You can switch your therapist for free with just a click of a button. Make 2025 the year you get into therapy and change your life for the better. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/thepatdown today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/patdown for 10% off.
Like, you can't ask Black people to give you the benefit of the doubt when you've never given them the benefit of the doubt. And you've never given them a reason to give you benefit of the doubt. Every single chance you've had to do the right thing by Black people, you fought them for it first.
I think
Who
that's a
fought
very
for 'em?
unkind thing to say about a very prominent African American, Dion.
Who?
He's South African. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm trying to
See?
make
See,
maybe we can wedge one.
he doesn't even register as an African American.
I know.
And you know, it's about greed, but it's also and it's more about greed than anything. But the racism part has caught on. Did y'all see Donald Trump Jr. doing something with his
The
hands?
racism is the tool they're using to make themselves rich. Like,
Yes.
I think Donald Trump, if he met you, would probably be, oh, it's so funny, nice, and not treat you any different. Like, but he has no problem hitting that button to give himself power so he can then just make a shit ton of money off of us. Like, he has no problem conditioning the country to hate anybody who's Hispanic. Like, he has no problem using these things.
Don't forget Black people too. They hate us.
Oh, yeah, act like they needed conditioning. This is always they've. This is what pisses me off. It's like we act like it's brand new. This culture of not liking anything that's not white has been here since the beginning.
Fair
Isn't that-
enough.
So
Yeah.
stop acting like they've wanted us here. They've never wanted any of. If you ain't white, you gotta go. That's always been the prevailing thought of the majority of white people here. If you're not one of us, you need to go. Stop acting like that thought process isn't the reason why we're in the shit that we're in right now. So this whole idea, why do you think that's racist? Because the thought process, the culture has been racist the entire time. That's all I'm saying. So when you ask me the question, why do I think it's racist? Because it's been like that the whole time. What do you mean?
And that's probably why I felt a little but I'm okay now. I'm okay. You know, I didn't watch the inauguration, but I did feel a little fear. I felt a little like I started to feel unsafe today. You know, and I haven't felt that. I don't think I kind of felt it a little bit during his first term, but we all got locked down with the pandemic, and this next thing you know, his term was up. But it's really scary right now. It is, and it's not just I'm scared for a lot of reasons. First, I'm Black. I mean, I'm scared for my Black kids, my son who go to work every morning, and, I'm also scared for the friends and the family members that I know that don't fall into those income brackets and who cannot afford to have pay an extra $2,000 a month a year in taxes. You know, housing is out of control. You know, he ran on a policy where food would go down, and then he get elected, and he said, "Well, I don't know if food gonna ever go down." And you know, I look at it. I look at I'm blessed, and I try my best to bless so many other people, but I can sometimes go to a grocery store with a blind eye, but a lot of my friends can't. I mean, even my son with his family, you know, I this shit has really made me start paying attention to the price of the food that I pick up too, because I try to keep in mind, well, you know, what I always try to keep a few extra dollars just in case I gotta help people out because it's so fucking high out here. And people, the way the way housing is going up, it doesn't match people paychecks. It doesn't. You know, I think I was talking to somebody. And they was looking for. They living in a house and it's going up again to $2,100.
That's what we pay. Like the last 3 years have been like ramen noodles. Like if you hadn't blessed me with the TV show, our family would have been like really borderline. I mean, it's
And it's not gonna get better. It's
not going to get
worse.
better, and that's what makes me so. It's like it's infuriating to me to watch so many people get fooled. Like it's
But
disappointing.
you know
It's
what? That's my
sad.
thing with you, Chris. You could have voted against him.
And done what,
But
Pat? I live in Indiana,
I know.
and I don't.
But you not voting at all. Still, it didn't help. And I mean, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Now,
I
could be
get it,
wrong.
and I
I'm just
understand. I
voicing
understand where
my
you're coming
opinion
from.
now. I just felt like maybe Chris' vote could have helped him win. That's how I feel.
I get it. You believe this passionately, and you.
Yeah.
I think you internalized it more than you should have in terms
Well,
of like. But I love you deeply, and I will forever be indebted to you for so many different things.
No,
And I
you don't owe me shit.
no, you're my friend, and
All
you
I
have.
ask you to do is when the next time is for women rights or for rights of people that don't look like you, step to the other side for a minute. That's all I want you to do. Just open your eyes. Your eyes are open way more than when I first met you. Open them a little bit more. That's you don't. I don't. What I did for you, I did because I care about you. You don't
know.
owe me shit. Dion don't owe me shit. I do it because I care and because I've been blessed and was able to do it for you. You don't owe me shit. If you owe me shit, nigga, it's some money and I'd have been asked you for it.
No, I love you. I love you both very much.
I don't.
Love you too, man.
And I always appreciate these conversations, even if they're uncomfortable, and even if I
You
know
should be uncomfortable by now, Chris. You
50.
fucking
It's not that
damn
uncomfortable. I just know 50% of the people listening are gonna shit on me.
Yeah, I'm
Or
not
50
mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like my frustration is just like this is where we at. It's like we still asking this question. Stop asking that question. Stop asking us if we think it's racist. Because we're overwhelmingly going to tell you probably yeah, because it's been like that every day. So
it's not appropriate for somebody to stand on the stage and do something that symbolizes hate to a whole race of people. Whether he did it like this, like that, like this, like that, that's what we saw, and it's just not appropriate. It just that's the highest office in the United States of America. One of the
rich
most
guy.
No, I'm talking about the presidential. Is
well,
one
they
of the
used to own slaves, so let's not gloss it that
How
hard.
do you think that White House got built?
Yeah, they did put it together.
Yeah, we put it together.
Pastor, I have to be at work
It's
tomorrow.
supposed to be one of the most respected ones.
Can we have some fun and talk about Melania's morning outfit?
I didn't see what does she wear?
Oh, put it.
They
I haven't
Hamburger.
seen any. I haven't
Hamburger.
looked at anything.
This
It
is
looked
how
like
much
the
she hated
hamburger?
her husband. This is how much she hated her husband. The bitch wore a mask to the inauguration.
I see the thing that said what's his face? George Bush was high.
Look at it. She wore the hat so he couldn't kiss her.
That looked like the hat Miss Pat on at the airport.
Yeah, George Bush is.
They said, he said, well, I didn't watch it when Nikhil called me. He said, Trump said, I'm going to turn the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of something.
There you go.
Here's George Bush in his 10-year-old Christmas concert spirit, just
He laughed.
grinning.
They said he was high as hell.
Yeah.
They said the edible just kicked in. He like, oh yeah.
And
Wait,
then
what?
there's this moment where his aide goes, the staffer said to Bush, "Are you going to behave?" And Obama is in the back and goes, "Nope." I kind of like that they get along. I know you're not supposed to, but like,
You did get along.
That's kind of how it's supposed to be, right?
But even though Katrina happened and it put a lot of people in fucked up situation, and I don't think Bush really knew how to handle it at first, but I really think Bush bounced back with the black community. We started to believe in him again, even though we did not.
When did this happen?
Yeah, what are you talking
He'd
about?
been out of office.
No, I mean, I like Bush before he left office. You know, the whole Katrina thing and what Kanye West did and how he moved on that was kind of fucked up. But it was
What do you?
kind of fucked up. I like Bush before he left office.
George Bush is the worst.
I think this is the
I
hard
don't think he's
part
the
is
worst
like,
anymore.
and this kind of goes back to the Elon Musk thing. It's like, George Bush to me is like a funny person, but I recognized he killed 1 million people.
He's a terrible person.
Like Barack Obama, I didn't like his policies, but like I'd like Obama, I'd hang out with him. Like Joe
Could
Biden,
you stop pressing the drone button, please? We're
right,
having
like
tea.
I think it's the problem is you can like the person, but the machine that they run is evil. And then you've got a guy like Trump who wants, with this term, to use the machine for really bad purposes. That it's, but even Trump is funny. You know, like that's the hard part is separating the person from the.
Excuse me. He's an idiot. That's like he's an idiot.
Who,
He's
Bush or Trump?
Trump.
Okay.
He's the rich idiot who has never been told no. And you know, he gets to go all out this time. So these next 4 years are at least going to be very funny comedically.
And very sad and tragic.
I mean, they're gonna be funny. So I'll be shocked if he makes it all 4.
Well, me
All
too,
right.
you
Well,
know.
with that,
I
we're
just-
at like 52 minutes, so we should start wrapping it up.
Well, we gotta clean it up a little bit so people don't be so sad.
Ah, fuck them.
they
They didn't make it this far into it.
Yeah, they
anyways.
were. Yeah, they probably.
Yeah, they
listened
started.
to
I
They're
do-
like,
I-
not
I
this
do-
racist white man. I'm out of here by like minute 15.
No, I do want to say that I don't know why the fuck Melania wore that hat, but that hat gave "fuck you" vibe. Fuck you, America. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck all y'all. I don't want to be here. And Trump's son look weird as fuck.
Leave. It isn't better than like a minor. Let's leave the minors.
No,
alone.
he's not a fucking minor. He's in college.
Okay. You know, leave the kid alone.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk about. He actually grew up to be nice looking kid, but when I look in his eyes, they're empty.
Well, he's autistic, Pat. That's what I'm saying about like sometimes like autistic people can't help certain things. And like Barron can't help but look devoid of like he just, you know, he's got autism.
I don't fault him for being who he is because
Yeah.
who else is he supposed to be? Like,
So you gonna tell me
what
because
chance
he's
did Barron Trump have? He had no chance. He had
He's a-
no chance.
NYU or whatever, just playing video games.
And
with
I
people.
mean, you thought he was gonna be a well-rounded, adjusted person? No. So whatever weirdo quirks that he had, it's not his fault.
So you telling me because he autistic, he don't got no soul?
I'm not.
No,
If he
I'm
were
saying because
ginger-
his parents don't have souls. He is soulless. The autism is.
I'm saying we should just go easy on little Barron.
I bet you
okay?
if he was born in somewhere in Europe, he wouldn't have autism.
Why not?
Where we can be
Because they're not walking around autistic like that in other countries.
Have you done an exhaustive study of autism?
Nah, I'm just saying, man. How many
They don't
autistic?
give
I ain't,
diagnosis? So it's no Korean or Chinese autistic people.
I ain't never seen none.
Me neither. Come to think of it, just black and white people.
You're kind of right.
You might have a
I'm
point.
just saying, man. It's something in the food because where they at? They got way more people than them than us,
did
but
you
we got
see
our
the
numbers are high as hell.
Did you see the Chinese Elon?
No.
What?
His name was Elon Musk.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
We gotta
Let me see if I
mention
can-
TikTok coming back real quick too.
This guy's eating in a restaurant.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying, man. Don't have your kid in America. Have them over there. They don't be autistic like that over there.
Where is it? Chris got him pull up the Chinese Elon Musk.
I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. AB posted it with his cracker of the day. Look at him.
That's AI. You know that's fucking AI. You mean tell me Elon is in every country?
Did you see your Theo Vaughn break a chair at the inauguration? First of all, why is Theo Vaughn at the inauguration?
You know
What
why.
was it, inauguration?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Seeing Dana White next to Barack Obama, I'm like, we're in for a weird 4
White?
years. The UFC guy who's in charge of the UFC. Yeah, are you back on TikTok? Are you using TikTok or are you out?
You know what? I have to say this. And they only did this is how slick Trump is. They were like, cut it off, and then you're gonna cut it back on. So
Yeah.
hear out. So America already knew they was gonna cut it back on anyway. I don't know why them dumbass people even deleted the shit when all they had to. I just waited it out. But I was very sad that night that TikTok went down, and that was the first time I just fell asleep automatically. I just scrolled.
My friend Caitlin, she's like, I read a whole book tonight. I'm like, this should tell you something.
Yes, I actually got 8 hours worth of sleep. I was no TikTok, and I went over to Instagram. I was like, this shit suck, because on TikTok, I don't know the way the people do the videos. When you want to go on vacation, it takes you everywhere, it answer all your questions. Oh my god! And I was like, that's one time I don't care if the Chinese is spying on us. And then I was just getting my hair done one day, and I was like, "Oh my God, TikTok is back!" And so I did a video, TikTok back, and everybody started saying, "Oh my God, TikTok is back!" And it's probably horrible for our country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
it definitely is.
So Reagan used to teach English to Chinese kids overnight. So this is like 2019. And so she would teach upper, like middle class and wealthy families English because Chinese kids go to school from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. And then on the weekends, they go to military training school. And so the kids would tell her that their TikTok, before they banned TikTok, like a couple years ago, it was nothing but STEM. Like they would do nothing but feed their kids on their social media how to be an engineer, how to code, how to do like all this stuff that is beneficial to them. And then when you look at our TikTok, it's nothing but like guy mowing lawn and or like just dumb things that waste your
Shake that
time.
ass, bitch, and
Right.
let me see what you got.
Right.
That's
Nurses during COVID doing dances. So it's China like not only uses
this couple.
somebody isolate that.
Boom.
So it's like TikTok here is basically their way to rot our brains while stealing all of our phone data.
I was gonna say our kids have been stupid. All the smartest people are imports anyway. America's always been full of idiots.
I knew we wasn't shit the day they stopped writing it in cursive. When they took that hard method away, I was like, they want these kids to be lazy.
The National Archives this week put out a statement saying, if you can write cursive, please come volunteer to translate documents because we can't find anybody. So we literally can't read historical documents.
I wonder
anymore.
how much they paying people for that.
I don't know. Probably pretty good.
I can read cursive. I can write cursive.
I can write cursive, but you the last one. My kids can't write it in cursive.
They quit teaching it because you just didn't need it anymore.
But now you're printing your signature. So how are you gonna forge checks? When I was forging checks, you had to have a signature.
Oh, everybody's getting chipped for when Elon becomes president.
Are we getting checks?
No, chipped. The Neuralink. They're going in your brain. You won't need. They're gonna have digital ID. All that stuff's coming.
I think you should not be that worried because these people are going to eat each other alive. There's two big camps. Like there's the nationalist camp and then there's the Elon camp. And they hate each other, which is why Vivek got kicked out of Doge. They're going to eat each other. Like this.
Yeah,
they're
only the
fall.
broke people are gonna lose. And
They
so,
are so dysfunctional and they are going. It's just not going to work.
Trump's problem is he don't have enough money to compete with Elon.
Yeah.
Elon's problem is they love Trump. So he's got to find a way to. And once he figures out how to turn people on Trump, which he will, it'll be him. Once he gets people, because
he's not from here.
See, they're changing the laws.
Maybe, but that's why that's exactly why the world's richest man is not interested in politics for no reason, because he's just on your side. Like, don't be naive.
We've had people at this point, and then they just went on ahead and put a bullet in their, did what they did. And sometimes you gotta get them. So we'll see what happens. But he take that bullet out the head part out because I don't want to shit. But
Secret Service visiting you.
yeah, but we're gonna see what happens. So we just gonna stay prayed up and not argue. And y'all keep listening to the podcast. It's gonna get better. We're gonna fight. We're gonna argue. We're gonna pray. We need to pray right now. We got a new president.
All right.
No.
Dear Jesus, you start. Go ahead.
Heavenly Father, I ask you in the name of Jesus. I need you to come through that White House and collect.
We're not supposed to laugh during prayer. What are you, my 6-year-old?
Jesus come through the White House?
And collect.
American Jesus.
The funniest shit was watching Donald Trump's dad to YMCA. that song is a gay song. It was for gay
Did you see the
people.
lead singer that say that if you say it's a gay anthem, they will sue you? Like, have you listened to the song? It's Matthew's favorite song. I'm not.
Is he really trying to say it's not a gay anthem?
He is. They are trying to push that this is not a gay anthem.
It's been a gay anthem from the start of time, and you only heard it.
Tell the gay people that.
Like, the song is about going to the YMCA and sucking dudes off. Like, read between the lines.
YMCA, suck it, suck it, suck it. YMCA. So I'm like,
Doing the double jerk.
That's so funny.
what we gonna do here? I don't know. We
This is a long prayer.
I'm jerking it.
And I'm gonna close it off though with YMCA. This is a miracle. The coldest shit, and we gotta go, is when Michelle Obama said, "I'm not going that motherfucking shit." Just how she said it.
She did. Well, so Donald Trump at one point goes, "And we're calling it Matt McKinley again," and Hillary Clinton just goes, put her head down and started shaking it and giggling.
What they said? Oh, they said he said something, and Hillary bust out laughing.
That's what I only saw that clip. I was working all day, so I didn't see much of it. We're gonna go watch it now, and
you gonna go watch the inauguration?
I haven't. I want to hear what his speech was. I want to see what he said.
All right, well, come back and tell us I'm not watching it. And with that said, y'all, this is another great episode of the Pat Down. And make sure you go and join me on tour. I only have 2 more dates before I start shooting season 5 of the Miss Pat Show. I will be in Hartford, Connecticut this weekend.
Did they total out your car, Chris?
I just drove up today and I thought, man, we haven't heard from that guy. So I've got
You
his
had a
insurance and all. Huh?
He got hit because of all the ice on his street. Somebody fucked up his car.
I was on Channel 6. Channel 6 came out and did a special on how they haven't paved our street and like has my car in it. But
shit.
Reagan was walking the kids out to the car to take them to school. She was like 15 seconds from standing there when this Jeep fishtailed right into the corner. So our car's worth like $5,000 and it's 3 panels and a trunk. There's no way that's not going to get totaled out. But
Okay.
it's drivable. The trunk works, all that junk.
All right. So make sure you join me on tour. I'm Hartford, Connecticut, January 24th through the 25th, which is this weekend. Go to misspatcomedy.com and get your ticket. I will be at the Funny Bone. Plano, Texas, mic drop. I will be January 30th through February 1st. Before I start my tour, before I go and tape the Miss Pat Show. The only other show I will be doing before I go down for 2 to 3 months is Seattle, Washington. Only a few tickets left at this theater. Please get your tickets so you can see me and we can get our fucking laugh on. And hey, stay prayed up because we gonna be all right. If we made it through Ronald Reagan, we gonna make it through this. Ain't nothing gonna stop your flow or your glow. So if times get rough, you can always run out of a store. With that said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Pat Down.
If that doesn't work, blame Whitey.
We've been doing that. It's y'all fault. What you mean? We blaming y'all because it's y'all fucking fault.
You can always call Chris, you white nigga, you fucked up America. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Pat Down. Make sure you check out my website at misspatcomedy.com for all of my social media, my tour dates, my book. Make sure you spread the word about my podcast. Please rate and review. Please rate and review and share. Thank y'all so much, y'all. I've been Miss Pat.